Welcome back to Footballology. So I'm trying something new, a new setup. As you guys can see, I haven't done anything like this before, but somebody kind of gave me the idea to do something like this. And so I was kind of on board and was like, why not? And I really want to test it out with doing a mock draft. As you guys can see, also my headphones are jacked. I haven't gotten around to getting any new ones just because I just haven't, honestly. And this has pretty much happened when I play Madden. Sometimes I throw my headphones and this is the results. But with all that being said, I wanted to bring you guys my first mock draft for the 2020 season this year. I'm really pumped up, honestly. With training camp being like 2 weeks away at this point, I'm really excited for football. And this is just one of those steps to kind of get me even more excited for football, especially with this year and everything that's happened thus far in this year. I really I just want to focus on something, and I'm pretty sure you guys feel the same way. Just focus on some football. So as you guys can see as well, we got the 7th overall pick. I purposely picked the 7th overall pick when I first entered this lobby. I had a chance to pretty much pick anywhere I wanted to go. I really like the 7th, maybe the 6th. We're doing a 12-team snake draft. So it's going to be 12-team snake PPR. And you guys, I'm pretty sure if a lot of you guys are watching this, you've probably done these mock drafts on ESPN where a lot of people just come into the lobby and they end up deucing out and auto picking. So that's one thing I hate about this, if anything. But I kind of just, like I said, I want to get myself warmed up for the football season. I don't know any other rankings outside of what you see on the screen currently. And that's pretty much all I got at my disposal. But I'm going to get the guys that I want and where I feel like they're best value right now. And like I said, it's really early as well. So we don't have any clue where these guys, sometimes guys, unfortunately, can go down to training camp. Sometimes guys can outplay people in training camp and they end up getting starting positions. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. But the draft is about to start. I'm super pumped. I'm ready. I know this guy's probably going to go Christian McCaffrey #1 overall. So that's it. Let's see what happened. So Christian McCaffrey's probably, there it is. Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley. That's obviously RBs in the first round is where the money is. Personally, that's what I've been doing all these years, is going RB first round. I feel like going RB first and second round, honestly, is probably some of the best stuff you can do, best strategy you can do. Unless there's a receiver you're really, really in love with, then maybe you can make a case for like a Michael Thomas right here, because after what he did last year, how do you not get him in a PPR league, even if it's half point? Dalvin Cook scares me just because he's kind of injury-ish. Devontae Adams is also a play here just because I think honestly he's kind of playing up to trying to be that top receiver, and after what Michael Thomas did and everything he went through, I think realistically Devontae Adams is that guy that wants to get paid as well. So Alvin Kamara goes off the board. So we just had 4 running backs, and now we just got Michael Thomas off the board. And at this point, what I'm looking at my board, Aaron Jones is probably the next guy. Derrick Henry literally just got paid today, and so Derrick Henry might be an option. But Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry both scare me off. There's wide receivers here. Like I said, I don't know any of the projections. So realistically, I want to go get a running back. Let's see where this guy goes. And then we kind of I'll play it from there. Now, Nick Chubb right here. Now, I had Joe Mixon last year, and God, he made me so mad. Obviously, at the later part of the season, he actually started to come on and do a little bit better. But he made me really mad towards the beginning part of the year, because I really thought he was going to be better than that. And he didn't step up. So the guy that was picking in front of me auto-picked Dalvin Cook. I do want to go running back right here. I'm thinking between Miles Sanders and Nick Chubb, but I'm going to go Miles Sanders because it's PPR, and I think Miles Sanders is going to give me a little bit more on the PPR side than Nick Chubb was, just a little bit more. But I really like that right there. Like I said, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, obviously, that's another good pick. He did me well, not last year, but the year before, because I picked him up late in the season, and he kind of got me some totes there. But I think Miles Sanders is due for a good year or good season, and I think that Philly offense is going to go into a new direction at this point. It might Miles Sanders in the first round, it seems kind of rich realistically, and I'm pretty sure y'all are going to bash me for it, but it's just that's where I feel like a lot of the bread and butter is. So we just had Julio Jones and Josh Jacobs come off the board. Josh Jacobs is also another good running back you can make the case for this early in the draft, especially what he did last year. I'm not sure if his carry load is going to look the same as it did his rookie campaign, because he definitely got beat up towards the middle. I said mid to late part of the season, you start seeing him get beat up a little bit more. And I know that became a big issue for the Raiders. So I'm wondering if they're going to kind of hold his carries, at least early season, hold his carries back a little bit more, and then late season we start seeing him get a little bit more, a couple more touches. So basically load management at that point. See, the good thing about this, though, like, see, I can hear, just move that out of the way and come back. That's the legit part about these headphones. So we got Kenyon Drake coming off the board, and then we got Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is definitely a justifiable case. I cannot get that out. In the first and second round, that's the guy definitely you can make a case for. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes' #1 target. Why not go that route? Aaron Jones just came off the board in the second round, first pick in the second round. So this guy went Tyreek and then Aaron Jones. That's a good back-to-back picks. Now you're not picking forever. Bud picks are good and bad all at the same time. It just depends on how you work them. Austin Eckler still there. Nick Chubb was the guy I was eyeing right there, but he didn't make it to us. DJ is my guy. David Johnson is my guy through and through. If you're sub to the channel for quite some time, I've always talked about and preached about David Johnson. David Johnson is my go-to running back. I feel like he's a league top 5 running back. But I know he's been banged up the last couple of years, but I still feel like he's an elite running back. The way the board is going to fall at this point, I'm either going to have to take him now or forever hold my peace, because I don't feel like he's going to make it back to me when it's time to come back around. Maybe he will, honestly, because I didn't have the whole big board pulled up. So just with, auto picks and drafts, I don't think people are going to reach for him. I might go a different direction right here. Depends on what falls to me. If D-Hop is there, D-Hop is probably going to be my go-to. If I can get D-Hop, Devontae Adams will be another option as well. But if D-Hop is going to be there, D-Hop might be my go-to at this point. And then we might try to get David Johnson in the third round. And that's crazy. David Johnson fell to the third round. Like, after being a top 5 consistent for running back pick, now possibly averaging about the third to fourth round. That would be insane. I still feel like it's still good value at that point, especially if you get him in the fourth round or later. I feel like that's really good value at that point. Okay, that was really loud in my ears. I wasn't ready for that. Okay, so Joe Mixon just came off the board. D-Hop is there. I think it's easy. Right now, D-Hop is going to probably be the go-to guy. Chris Godwin is also a justifiable case. Travis Kelce as well. Yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. Let's just go D-Hop and stop messing around. So we'll get D-Hop now. So I like our lineup right now. I mean, obviously we got two guys, but Miles Sanders and D-Hop I think are two solid picks, PPR guys, and that's what we're kind of building our roster for. We're building our roster to really take advantage of those PPR points, because I think sometimes people just draft even in PPR leagues and not really drafting for the strategy or really like taking advantage of the PPR points. Sometimes a guy can not even hit 100 yards but end up having 10 catches for like 80 yards, and it's like, okay, and you just got 18 points like that, especially if it's full point PPR. It's ridiculous. A lot of people hate PPR, but PPR adds a different strategy and dimension to the game, in my personal opinion. So behind us, we got Chris Godwin gone. Travis Kelce just came off the board. Austin Eckler, I keep hearing his name a lot. Oh, DJ did not fall to us in the third round. Somebody got him. Good pick. I'm kind of sad, honestly, because I really wanted David Johnson. If I could have got David Johnson, I think my draft would have been perfect, honestly, no matter what I would have done after that. But that was unfortunate. David Johnson just come off the board. That guy got a steal. I still feel like it's a steal. Patrick Mahomes in the second round. Nobody's going to argue with you at that point. Like, yeah, if anybody's arguing that you took Patrick Mahomes in the second round, then I'm not, no bias, but I'm being honest, and y'all know this from a fantasy perspective. You can kind of justify taking Patrick Mahomes in the second round. Even some people, not me, some people would say the first round, but you can justify taking them in the first round as well. But I'm good with taking them in the second round. Like, I'm not gonna do it personally, but I can, like, all right, cool, yeah, no, whatever. Can't get mad about it. So we're still gonna be going back into the running back. We're looking for a running back at this point. I don't know if I want to go with the second year guy in Devin Singletary. That would be another possible pick. Jonathan Taylor. People are sleeping on Jonathan Taylor. He fell in the NFL draft. I think he's gonna fall in the fantasy draft, and it's gonna kill the game. And whoever gets him, I think people are truly sleeping on what he could possibly bring to the table. And so, with that being said, I think I'm gonna try to get Jonathan Taylor. Jeez, that is really loud. So I think I'm gonna try to get Jonathan Taylor in the fourth round. And this round, I can go get TG, and I can have Todd Gurley. Not feeling Lamar. If anybody's saying Lamar right now, oh, go get Lamar. Like, I'm not feeling Lamar. The way the board is set up right now, I think I can get Jonathan Taylor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go Sutton. I'm gonna go Courtney Sutton. I really like Courtney Sutton. He actually started to come on for me mid to late part last year as a wide receiver in one of my actual league. And now I got 2 receivers on a week 8 bye, but I'm good with that. Bye weeks, I literally, like, I know it's part of the strategy of drafting, but I've literally never, like, went out of my way and say, oh, not to draft this guy because of bye week. Like, at that point, I'm not even worried about it, and especially, like, in this case, it's week 8 bye. I'll work around it. Like, if you're telling me that my top 2 guys are going to be out in week 8 and I might lose that week, I'll take that L. And especially if I'm killing it all the way up into that point. I would take an L 1 week just to kill it the remainder of the season, or leading up to that point. I would rather do that than try to config or adjust my whole draft around a certain week of the season. Like, that's just going to hurt you, I think, more than it would actually just drafting the top elite guys and having a competitive chance or a fighting chance. And just, just dancing around stuff. Like, I'm not going to dance around it. Whatever. We'll figure it out. And I will say this. 2 guys on week 8 bye, that's cool. I won't take another receiver week 8 bye, but I'll probably take another running back or a tight end or even a quarterback at that point with a week 8 bye. I'll be okay with that, but I probably won't take another wide receiver. I might start kind of like adjusting my draft that way, but like, I'm not going to have a whole wide receiver core that's going to be out in week 8. Like, that just, I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so behind us already, we had Chris Carson come off the board in the 3rd round. Adam Thielen, I think he fell just because he kind of fell off late last year, got hurt. He was one of those big receivers as well. Todd Gurley just came off the board. That's a steal in the 3rd round. Amari Cooper. Hopefully Amari Cooper can live up to his contract, because if he can do that, then it's definitely worth a pick right there. Juju Smith-Schuster, that's another solid pick as well. Juju falling, I can see that, honestly, in the 3rd round. Just because it's like, you're Juju, but you're not D-Hop or Devontae Adams or Michael Thomas or any of the other top receivers. Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is a really interesting guy because of him being in Denver and what that offense might look like. Lamar Jackson in the 4th round. That guy probably feels like a kid in a candy store right now. He probably definitely feel like he got a steal. Odell in the 4th round. Can we say steal? Because if that offense, and everybody thinks it, and everybody knows it, but if that offense can get it right, it's going to be something crazy. Okay, so now we're back on the board. I say still on the board. We're back on the board though. I'm not liking any of these top guys right here out of all positions. I'll scroll down a little bit. Let's see. There we go. See, Cooper Kupp is definitely feasible right here, and I think that's the route we're going to go. He has a week 9 bye, and we're going to be safe. Cooper Kupp it is. You can't, and PPR, I think Cooper Kupp should probably be one of the top receivers come off the board, if like the number 1 receiver come off the board. We know Jared Goff loves him some Cooper Kupp, and that's just where that's his go-to guy. Cooper Kupp literally won me. I can't remember. I want to say he played Oakland last year, but I'm not 100% sure. Whoever they played last year, he went off. Jonathan Taylor just came off the board, and that's probably where I should have went, but I didn't, and I'm kind of mad about it. But I got Cooper Kupp in return, so I can live with myself. But he literally won me a game just because he was catching the ball like crazy. I think just in the first half alone. I can't remember the game now, and it's really frustrating. But he killed the game, and Cooper Kupp is just a great pick at that point. Keenan Allen, that's a really, really fickle one, just because Phillip Rivers isn't there anymore. I don't know how I feel about Keenan Allen. I really don't know how I feel about that. Devontae Parker, that's another top possible receiver. I don't want to load up on receiver. I already got 3. I need to get back into my RBs. All I got is Miles Sanders at running back right now, and one of my sleeper running backs are gone. And Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is definitely a guy that I feel like I could kind of sneak out the back door, but that's not going to happen. DeAndre Swift, I keep hearing his name come up a lot with the Detroit Lions. How he's going to be able to do some stuff and be active, I guess you can say, within the offense. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sold on that, but maybe I'll go Mark Ingram. Like, Mark Ingram definitely showed some signs. If Kareem Hunt two things. If Kareem Hunt could stay out of trouble, and I knew Kareem Hunt. Oh, hold on. There we go. So if Kareem Hunt could stay out of trouble, and I knew that he was at least like, I would say 60-40 in the feature role, I would probably be there on Kareem Hunt or a little bit higher on Kareem Hunt. But I think Nick Chubb is like the 60-40 in that situation, and that just kind of scares me away. So I think what I'm going to do here is they can't go another season without using Montgomery, right? Like they have to use Montgomery. But we're going to go Montgomery. Like they can't not go another year of just like, oh, we might run the ball. Like they have to kind of hunker down this year. I would assume. One would assume, anyways. Okay, so we got another running back. I think I'm gonna just scroll down the running backs and see if there's anybody that I just want to try to sneak out the back door. Tevin Coleman might be a sneaky pick. Sony Michel with Cam Newton there. Interesting. Damian Williams. I don't understand with like me being a Kansas City fan. Everyone has this hype around Claude, and I don't understand the hype because it's not like Damian Williams played poorly in the Super Bowl. Like he borderline could have been a Super Bowl MVP realistically. Like I'm not complaining, we won the Super Bowl, like whatever. But I just definitely feel like Damian Williams is still a feasible running back. Is he good for me? Maybe a flex here and there, but I know people are expecting Claude just to kind of take some of those carries away. So right after we pick, you guys obviously seen DK Metcalf came off the board, DeAndre Swift came off the board, Darren Waller did me so good last year, got him on the low dirt cheap, snuck him out the back door, nobody could touch me, and they were hot, people were hot. AJ Green in the 5th round, what a steal, because I think he's on a revenge tour like Cam Newton is. Zach Ertz, I think he's ready for a bounce back year as well. We got Deshaun Watson, who's the 3rd quarterback I want to say that just came off the board. So we got Deshaun Watson. We got Stephon Diggs. Okay. So we got Stephon Diggs that just came off the board as well with Mark Ingram, Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott. I guess everybody's excited for Dak. I don't know. So I'm going to hold off on the running back position right here. I think all the good tight ends are gone at this point. Waller. Do I get Gronkowski? Do I Gronk it up? Either Gronk or Hunter Henry right here, I think is a really good option. Where are we at? We're picking in the 6th round. If Gronk is like a 4th, I would say, okay, it's like beeping in my ear. So I got Gronk. So if Gronk is at least half of what Gronk used to be, like that's a steal at that point, like in the 6th round. Like I'll take that all day and every day. Russell Wilson is another good, solid quarterback to have that always end up going late or in the middle part of the draft, in the middle part of the draft, and he just goes late, and everyone gets like I end up with him, and when I end up getting him, it's just like all right, cool, whatever, and he ends up going out there and doing Russell Wilson things. So Gronk is our tight end. I don't know, like at this point. So we got 2 running backs, 3 receivers, and the tight end. I'm going to look at some more running backs. We got Jordan Howard in Miami. Who else is starting down there? Well, even Kalen Ballage. I was high on Kalen Ballage last year too. And he didn't do me right. Matt Breida. Latavius Murray. I don't know what I was about to say there. Gibson. That's my new backdoor guy right there. And maybe Armstead. Oh, hold up. Panic pick. That was a panic pick. But I'm a big Deebo Samuels fan anyway, so I'm not mad about that. So Deebo Samuels, Hunter Henry just came off the board, Marvin Jones, Julian Edelman. But yeah, like I'm not mad about that. That was a panic pick though, because that clock was like clicking and beeping. That thing was getting real. I was messing around. I need to start get a little bit more focused. Sony Michel, back to that. Sony Michel, I think now with Cam Newton being there, makes him a little bit more interesting. You have to admit that. You have to say that with Cam Newton what he's able to do and how he's going to open up things for Sony Michel just in the run game alone, that's a really good pickup. And I think that's where we're going to go with this pick. We're just going to go Sony Michel right here. And so now we're running up onto the 9th round at this point. I got 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, and a tight end. I think now I'm gonna try to dip my toe into the quarterback category. See if we can give me a quarterback. Carson Wentz is my go-to guy. I'm definitely on the Wentz wagon this year. I think I'm on the Wentz wagon like every year realistically, but Carson Wentz is definitely a guy that I'm really high on. Aaron Rodgers is definitely there as well. I think you can't go wrong. If I get Aaron Rodgers in the 9th round, are you kidding me? That would be legit. That would be some legitness. Watch you not fall to me. If I don't get Aaron Rodgers, I might go Cam Newton. And I've never really had Cam Newton in what's the name in fantasy, but this year, why not? Oh, you kidding me? So I got auto picked. Dude got what's the name? Okay. Dude got Carson Wentz, but Carson Wentz will be my quarterback this year when it comes down to money. I'm gonna go A-Rod. We're just gonna get Aaron Rodgers at this point. I think Aaron Rodgers is definitely good. Something else I like to do is definitely team up my running back and quarterbacks, or my quarterbacks and receivers as well. So in this case, I probably should have went like a Drew Luck. Not a fan of Kyler Murray, so Tom Brady would have been another option as well. Carson Wentz and Miles Sanders was my go-to ticket. I think with those two, I think I would have been perfectly set, because I think if you get the running back plus the quarterback, you're going to be really within the offense almost on every play. You're going to have something going on. But I usually like to go quarterback and receiver if I have that option too. TJ Hawkinson, that's really interesting right there. We got Sony Michel already, so I don't really care for too much for James White. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'll go dibble my toe into the tight end situation. Chris Herndon, I stored him on my roster so much last year. I was like, oh, he's gonna come back, he's gonna be good. And yeah, that didn't happen. I'm thinking Gesicki. I'd rather have Gesicki. Yeah, we're gonna go Gesicki. Hopefully that can turn into something great. That was just kind of like, why not situation. I think now I'm gonna go back around and I'm gonna go get Cam Newton if he's still there. Oh, McCole Hardman in the 10th round. That's a good pick. That's a really good pick. McCole Hardman in the 10th round. He's still going to get some touches. I think if worst case scenario, he's a good bye week receiver. A guy that you can throw in there if you got some bye weeks hunkering down or kind of kill you. Definitely, I think that's where he makes his hay. Or if you can just, catch lightning in the bottle and start him on the right week, you'd be good to go. So we're going to take Cam Newton right here. And boom. I just want to get a slice of the pie, because I think Cam Newton is definitely on a revenge tour. The more and more you watch and what he's been out on social media and everything that he's saying, I don't think he's just saying that for hype. I think he's really meaning that. He got burned. Sammy Watkins is here, and that's really interesting. So we got 4 wide receivers and 3 running backs. I want to go. I just seen him. Where'd he go? Hunter Renfrow. That guy might be a PPR machine this year, so I definitely want to get a slice of that Oakland offense. With whatever they're going to have there with Darren Waller, obviously kind of being the true receiving threat, and then Henry Ruggs really being that deep threat. Hunter Renfrow is really probably going to start working out underneath. So right here, I think Antonio Gibson. I am so hyped for him. And I really hope he gets an opportunity in Washington, because he's pretty much going to be this year's DJ for me, if you will, a guy that I'm just going to keep banging the table for until he gets a start. But I think he definitely has that level of explosiveness in this. I think this keeps ringing in my ear. I definitely feel like he has that level of explosiveness in his game that can definitely make him a threat. So we got 4 running backs, 2 tight ends. I guess at this point it's just going to get us a kicker. If Mr. O Reliable is there, and there he is, Justin Tucker. I literally have had him every year that I've played fantasy. That guy is amazing. Like, realistically, like when he misses kicks, I'm mad. And it's like, I shouldn't be mad, because that was like your first miss. Harrison Buckner. If we're talking about kickers, Harrison Buckner is also another good threat, or another good pick there. Maybe Greg Zuerlein as well. That's crazy. Somebody, they auto pick. I'm literally the only one in this lobby. But I was definitely looking at the Tampa Bay defense this year as a possible pickup. I am not in love with any of these defenses that are left over. I might mess with the Browns. Maybe they can get it together this year. But yeah, I really, like I said, I haven't done any research at all. Literally zero research. It's really crazy. All right, so with our final pick, usually I like to go with a hardcore sleeper right here if there's somebody left, but Gibson's probably like my hardcore sleeper that I can think of off the top of the head right now. Nope, there he is right there. Chase Claypool. That's the man I want with the week 8 bye. But Chase Claypool is definitely another guy that you guys should look into as well. So that was it. That was the end of the draft. That was a solid draft. I'm happy with that team. The way that team turned out, Miles Sanders being our first overall pick or first round pick, and then getting D-Hop to follow him up with Courtney Sutton. I love my receiving core. I think my receivers are tight. Running backs are definitely going to be my weak point. My running backs are more upside than actual production. Same thing, I would say my quarterbacks are solid. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers would be in the starter. If Cam Newton gets hot, I have him pull him out or even trade him away at that point. But I think the weakest point of this whole entire roster is definitely my running backs. I didn't really attack the running back position like I wanted. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of guys that I was like in love with. So my running back situation is more upside than anything. But I'll live through my receivers at this point. I'm starting 3 receivers. I'm starting D-Hop, Courtney Sutton, and Cooper Kupp week 1. And then obviously A-Rod at quarterback, Miles Sanders. And then I'm kind of going to flip between Montgomery and Michelle. Maybe if I'm feeling Gibson that week, Hunter Renfrow can also flip in as well as far as the flex position. Starting tight end is going to be Gronkowski for right now. Mike Gesicki is definitely all upside, but hopefully, you know, I struck gold last year with Darren Waller, so I'm hoping to do it again this year with Gesicki. I wanted Gesicki to kind of get on last year, but he didn't. There's some other tight ends out there I think that are still remaining on the board. I didn't get to see the free agency pool. I wonder if I can click back in to the draft, and yeah, I can't see the remaining pool. So, but that's literally all I have for you guys today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of my roster and my draft overall. Like I said, no research, literally no research. My very first mock draft of the season. I'm happy with the roster. Would I put money on this roster? Maybe $5. That's probably my max. Not putting no 50 or no hundo on this roster, but definitely about $5, $10. Because like I said, I don't like having weak running backs, and that's where my weakness is. And that's probably like the one thing that's probably going to kill me the most. Like I would lose sleep over not having good running backs. I'll be moving some raw receivers for sure. But if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of the roster in the comment section below. And if you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel today. Become a footballologist. And stay safe, football fans.